Hello biscuits! It's Cupcake Kami-sama back here. Welcome to another video and welcome to 2024. Many of us start each year with resolutions of selling things, whether for space reasons, money reasons, things no longer bringing us joy reasons. At the same time, not only are just as many people resolving to stop buying stuff, but the second-hand Lolita fashion market is already full. So not everything is selling the way we would like it to. I had 2 dresses that I wanted to get rid of that were not shifting, and it got to the point where I was offering people prices so low that they still weren't taking that I figured, why not just sell them to Closet Child? And that is exactly what I did on a trip to Japan that I took between late December and early January. So for anyone curious as to how that works and whether it's worth it, stay with me to find out. Selling to Closet Child. Step 1. Identify and prepare your pieces. This is no different to any other kind of selling that you do. Decide what it is you want to shift and give it a good look over. Remember that every flaw, however minor, will be deducted from the money you receive. So this is not the time to be skimping on laundry. Also, whilst Closet Child accepts Lolita items that are not from major Japanese brands, if the staff are unfamiliar with the piece or the brand, that will result in you getting less. Not every Chinese brand popular in your community may be known in Japan, so take all of that into consideration. Step 2. Go to a Closet Child branch. Next, take what you've selected to a branch of your choice and preferably do at least a quick check on opening times and days to avoid trying to go on their designated day off, like I did. Whilst I only sold at one branch, I sincerely doubt that the money you'll receive would differ between those, and if so, not by much. I sold my things at Osaka, but anyone will do. Make yourself known to a staff member there and say that you'd like to sell something. If you want to say that in Japanese, you could simply say "Uritai mono ga arimasu." However, I'd advise to just be clear about your Japanese language proficiency level from the get-go. If you're not proficient enough to carry that interaction out fully in Japanese, just try your best in simple English and maybe have a translation app on the ready to help. Step 3. Register as a Closet Child member. This is where the main course of this video arrives. In order to sell things, you need to be registered as a Closet Child member. If you're not one already, you'll have to complete a registration form. It will ask some basic details: name, date of birth, address, phone number, etc. You will also have to present a photo ID that includes your address on it, such as a residency card, driver's license, national ID card. In my case, I found out that a passport with my address handwritten at the back in the "in case this document is lost, return to" section proved enough. But it's better to have something with your address already printed on it. Also, make sure that the phone number you give is one that you can be contacted on whilst in Japan. This is key for the next step. Step 4. Evaluation and waiting. Once your registration is over, the shop staff will take your items to the site for evaluation and will give you an estimate time for you to return to the branch for. This will likely range from 2 to 3 hours, but maybe over sooner, which is why it's important to have a number that you can be reached on. You will receive a call or a text confirming that the evaluation is complete and asking you to return. In my case, the evaluation took significantly less time than the 2 hours I was told. I did the selling first thing upon arrival, so after handing my dresses over, I went to browse the stock and I wasn't even done with the Lolita floor before the clerk came back to me to announce that all was done. A busy branch, like Harajuku, or going at a busier time, after work hours or during holidays, as well as the number of staff working at the time in that branch, are all likely to affect this evaluation time, so factor in enough time for all of that. Step 5, profit. Well, mostly metaphorical profit, but more on that later. When you're back, the staff will show you a receipt with how much you will receive for each item. This is your last chance to pull out, but hopefully you've gone into the whole process with a decisive attitude. Once you agree to finalize the sale, the clerk will pay you in cash and, in case of a new registration, hand you your Closet Child membership card, inviting you to return should you have more to sell. And now that money is yours to do whatever you want, including buying something at Closet Child. Is selling to Closet Child worth it? Now this is the big question, isn't it? Is it worth it? And the answer depends on what you want. In brief, the summary of pros and cons of selling your stuff goes like this. Pros: a pretty much guaranteed sale, easy and relatively quick. You get spending cash for Japan whilst you're there. Cons: you're not going to get paid a lot and will probably make a loss compared to the market value of your piece. It can only be done if you're in Japan and a registered Closet Child member. You'll have to dedicate some luggage space to bringing that to Japan in the first place. In other words, if you're sick and tired of relisting the same thing, lowering the prices with still no buyers in sight, and would rather have some money than a dress gathering dust, then yes, selling to Closet Child will be worth it for you. But if you want to get closer to what the item is worth or can't sacrifice this much of your luggage space, then you're better off relisting and bringing the thing to every bring and buy meet around until you manage. I was very curious how long it would take Closet Child to post what I sold them up on their website, so stalked a little extra hard. Within around 4 days, my dresses were up for sale at roughly double to even triple of what Closet Child paid me. They were priced at market value, which tells you how little money to expect from the sale. But even more interestingly, within another 4 days from posting, maybe even fewer, one of those dresses had sold. The other one is still up for sale as of recording this video. The key things to remember here are that whilst you may feel like you're being underpaid, you're a private seller and not a business with overheads. You also likely don't have the reputation that Closet Child does or the truly international reach. For example, Japanese and Chinese Lolitas aren't likely to use Lace Market, but they will shop at Closet Child and may be more of a target demographic for what you're selling than the Western communities. I would love to know whether my dress sold online or at the branch, and what was the buyer's residency, if only to satisfy my own curiosity. And as one of my friends pointed out, there's some poetic beauty in these Japanese dresses returning to Japan to be sold. One circle is complete and another one begins. For me, this was ultimately the best decision. I valued my storage space and time way more than getting more money, which I wasn't getting anyway. So if I was going to give such low offers to private buyers anyway, why not take it from Closet Child and enjoy the convenience? But your priorities may vary, and this is certainly not an experience for everyone. And on that note, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you found it both interesting and informative, regardless of whether you intend to ever sell your things to Closet Child or not. If you're curious as to what I bought during my trip to Japan, I did a shorts video with the haul that I'll link in the description, along with all my usual links where you can support me in making more videos, from one-offs to ongoing subscriptions. The description box also has all of my social media links, including my blog, Cupcakes and Unicorns, where I will be writing a little bit more about where I think are the best places to shop for Lolita fashion in Japan. Make sure to keep an eye on those, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye!